Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us for another South Sudan news update. Well, in today's report, we have three important stories that affect the life of many South Sudanese people. In today's report, we will discuss a new health partnership between South Sudan and the United States worth $146 million. We will also look at the latest update on Ebola preparedness and explain why health officials say the country remains free of the disease. These are important developments because they are connected to health care, public safety, and the country future. Well, before we proceed, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video you can be notified. Well, let's begin our report with South Sudan and the United States signed new health partnership worth $146 million. According to the report, South Sudan and the United States have signed a new agreement that aims to improve health care services across the country. According to government officials, the agreement is worth $146 million. The money is expected to support health programs, strengthen hospitals and clinics, improve disease prevention, and help South Sudan respond better to future health emergencies. The agreement was signed in Juba by the Undersecretary in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Urumo Francis, together with the United States Ambassador to South Sudan, Michael Adler. The signing represents another step in the long-standing health cooperation between the two countries. Health experts say that building a stronger healthcare system is one of the biggest challenges facing South Sudan today. Many communities still have limited access to hospitals, medicine, trained medical workers, and emergency care. Because of these challenges, support from international partners continues to play an important role in helping improve health services across the country. During the signing ceremony, Ambassador Michael Adler explained that the new agreement covers several areas of cooperation. One major area is the fight against HIV. The funding will continue supporting programs under the President Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, commonly known as PEPFAR. This program has supported millions of people around the world by providing HIV testing, treatment, prevention, and medical care. For many South Sudanese families, these services are very important because they help people live healthier and long-lived. The ambassador said the United States remain committed to helping South Sudan strengthen its healthcare system. He also explained that the United States continue working with international organizations, humanitarian agencies, and local partners to improve healthcare services across the country. According to the ambassador, a strong cooperation between government and aid organizations help countries prepare for health emergencies before they become major crises. This is especially important because disease can spread quickly across the border. The health partnership also comes at a time when neighboring countries are dealing with Ebola outbreak. Although South Sudan has not reported any confirmed Ebola cases, health officials continue preparing for possible risk because many people travel across borders every day for trade, family visit, and work. Government officials say yearly preparation is much better than waiting until an outbreak happened. The Minister of Health, Dr. Luke Samson-Ton, welcomed the agreement and described it as an important investment in South Sudan health sector. Well, according to the minister, the partnership will provide valuable support to the Minister of Health. He said that the funding will help improve health services, strengthen emergency response system, and increase the country's ability to deal with disease outbreak. The minister also repeated that South Sudan remain free from Ebola. At the same time, he encouraged citizens to stay alert, follow health advice, and report anyone showing symptoms of dangerous infectious disease. Health officials say public cooperation is one of the strongest tools for preventing outbreaks. When communities quickly report suspected illness, medical team can investigate early and prevent disease from spreading. The minister also called on the United States to review a travel advisory affecting South Sudan. He said the country continue working hard to improve disease surveillance and public health preparedness. Officials believe these efforts should be recognized internationally. So, the question is, why this health agreement matters? Some people may wonder why this agreement is important. The answer is simple. Health care affects everyone, whether someone lives in Juba, Wau, Malakal, Bor, Bentiu, Yambio, Yei, or another town. Access to health care make a huge difference during emergencies. When hospitals have enough medicine, trained doctor, laboratory equipment, and emergency supplies, patients receive better care. When disease surveillance improved, outbreak can be detected earlier. When health workers receive training, communities become safer. The new funding may also support vaccination campaign, laboratory improvement, disease monitoring, public education, and emergency response planning. Although money alone cannot solve every challenge, investment in health care can improve services if resources are managed effectively. Many health experts believe that strengthening health care today helps save life tomorrow. The success of this partnership will depend on how the programs are implemented and whether the planning services reach communities across the country. Citizens will likely hope that the support lead to visible improvement in hospital, clinic, medicine, and healthcare access. That will be one of the important areas to watch in the coming months and years. Well, while South Sudan is receiving international support to strengthen health system, another important health issue remains under close attention. Many people have been asking whether Ebola has entered South Sudan or not. Health authorities have now provided an important update. Let's look at our second top story. Well, South Sudan confirmed all suspected Ebola cases tested negative. South Sudan Minister of Health has announced encouraging news. The government said the country remains free from Ebola after laboratory tests show that all recent suspected cases were negative. This announcement comes as neighboring Uganda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo continue responding to Ebola outbreaks. Because South Sudan share border with both countries, health officials remain alert. According to the Minister of Health, seven people were recently identified as suspected Ebola cases. Whenever someone develops symptoms that could match Ebola, health workers immediately began investigation. This does not automatically mean the person has Ebola. Instead, it means doctors want to rule out the disease as quickly as possible. Among the 7 suspected cases, 4 were reported in Juba. The remaining cases were reported in Yei, Yambio, and Numale. Medical team collected samples from each patient for laboratory testing. 6 samples were examined at the National Public Health Laboratory in Juba. Another sample was tested at a mobile laboratory in Numale. After careful examination, health officials confirmed that every sample tested negative for Ebola. This means none of the suspected patients had the virus. Officials emphasized that these investigations were part of routine preparedness activities rather than evidence of an outbreak inside South Sudan. Speaking during a joint news conference, Undersecretary Dr. Romo Francis explained that the government's actions are precautionary. He said that the country is preparing early because prevention is always better than emergency response. According to health official, South Sudan has strengthened several important areas of preparedness. Disease surveillance has increased, laboratory testing has improved, rapid response teams have been deployed. Health workers have received additional training. Border screening has also been strengthened at important crossing points. Officials say these measures have identified suspected illness quickly before they spread further. The government has also increased cooperation with neighboring countries and international health organizations. Sharing information quickly allows countries to respond faster whenever health risks appear. Officials say South Sudan activated its national Ebola preparedness plan after neighboring country reported outbreak. Emergency teams have been sent to areas considered to have higher risk because of cross-border travel. Health authorities also reported that national preparedness has improved significantly in recent weeks. Although officials acknowledge there is still more work to do, they say progress continues. The World Health Organization also welcomed the latest test result. WHO representative Humphrey Karamagi said the detection of suspected cases actually show that South Sudan's surveillance system is working. According to him, health workers are identifying possible cases early, testing them, and confirming results before disease spread. This process is considered an important part of disease prevention. He also reminds the public that the World Health Organization does not recommend closing borders during Ebola outbreak. Instead, World Health Organization encourages countries to strengthen surveillance, improve testing, educate communities, and respond quickly whenever suspected cases appear. Health experts say these measures are usually more effective than travel restriction. Well, that's it. That's all. If you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching. Let me meet on the next video. Bye bye.